Hello and welcome to seesbrain One-Offs, welcome to Apex Legends, and welcome to me being kind of pissed off because I keep ending up with garbage randos that I actually have to go into the shooting range to be able to do this properly. So, yeah, welcome to Apex Legends. I was going to do it how I normally do it, hard and fast, and dive straight into gameplay, but it's just not working out. So what I'm going to be doing is more of an analysis of all the weapons, equipment and characters of the game, and then I'll try and run a match as well. This will probably end up being the longest episode of the series. So let's start out this way. Okay, so let me see. In this game, we have multiple characters. I don't have 3 of them because I'm not spending copious amounts of money on EA's bullshit. Let's start off with Bloodhound.
Not my time.
Bloodhound has 2 abilities. He has the ability to detect hostile targets in a local area. However, the problem is it telegraphs your position, and you might not necessarily want to do that. What the hell? And if I can find the item I'm looking for, there it is. This is an ultimate accelerator. It basically allows you to charge up your ultimate much faster than if you were to just stand around and wait for it to charge up passively. Alright, so no, it's still not charged. Well, it'll be charged in 2 seconds. 1, and here is
Calling
the
upon nature's strength,
which basically makes you much faster, allows you to basically see enemies through walls, if that's correct. No, it does not. And oh, I swear it does let you see enemies through walls. Anyway. Basically. Yes, what is his passive ability? Because all the characters have passive abilities as well. Alright, he also has trackers, so if someone's running away, you can see their footprints, so long as they're not too long. I think it's like 5 seconds? Alright, so let's move on to Gibraltar.
Haha! Here comes
Gibraltar has a passive of when you're aiming, has your knockdown shield deploy as a active defense shield. He has a energy bubble, which is completely it's not going down unless someone shoots the base. Let me get a gun. Unless someone shoots the base like that, although I'm not even sure if that's true. Might only be if an enemy shoots it. And also gets a really cool ability where he can call in a airstrike, which I will show you in uno momento, implying I speak Spanish badly. Alright, there we go, cools it down, and boom! This not only does damage to anything it hits, being a massive area effect, it also slows down your enemies, so if they're caught in it, they're stuck in it, and it will probably kill them. And if it doesn't, you're gonna kill them. Alright, moving on to Lifeline. Lifeline, who I play as my main character, has a medical drone which heals you when injured, and also has the ability to cool down a care package. These care packages aren't as good as the ones that you will find just dotted about the map over the course of the game. They drop after like 5 minutes or so. But the only difference is you're not going to find gold helmets and body armor, which I will explain later, and you're not going to find super weapons like the Devotion, the Craybar, or the Mastiff. What you will find purple armor and healing supplies, and also purple attachments. So as you saw there, purple helmet, a small health kit, a small shield kit, and a purple extended heavy mag. Alright. Oh yeah, she also has a really cool passive which I'm pretty sure is shared by Watson, which I can't show you because I don't have these characters unlocked, unfortunately. She has the ability to revive like a quarter percent faster. Now, Pathfinder is really cool.
Maybe.
No idea what his passive is. His passive is there are these beacons around the map occasionally, and if Pathfinder jacks into one, he can tell you not where the current ring is going to close to, but where the ring after that is going to close to, which is very good for avoiding people, but in certain game modes you don't want to avoid people. He also has a grappling hook, which allows him to... Well, it's a fucking grappling hook. Do I need to explain that further than this demonstration I will give here? You can also use that to combo into a slide, part of the advanced movement mechanics, where the more momentum you have going into your slide, the further you can slide on top of that, as I did at the beginning, slide all the way down that hill onto the platform. And he does, and his ultimate is placing down a zip line between two local locations, which I will now demonstrate, if you will allow me. So you have much of a choice. Now, it will always be from where you're standing to wherever you target at. There's no bounce or anything that you have to worry about, like with grenades. Your zipline will go exactly where you intend it to go. This zipline will also remain on the map until the end of the game, and will also be usable by not only you, your teammates, but also the enemies, so watch out for that. Moving on to Wraith. Wraith has the ability to tell you when someone is aiming at you from the other side of the map with a sniper rifle. I'm serious. And can also phase between reality, which doesn't give you a speed boost, but does allow you to avoid nasty confrontations, assuming you can get out of the way in the about 2 seconds that you get with its ability. It's also got a massive cooldown. Her ultimate allows you to make a portal. These portals are not permanent like these ziplines. Maybe not even as useful, but I don't play, like, Wraith's my secondary if I can't play Lifeline. I just never find a situation where these portals are great. However... Oh wait, you can't... Oh, that's ridiculous. If you could use a zipline while setting a portal, that would have been amazing. However, you can't.
Portal placed.
These are actually also safer than ziplines, assuming you can get to the location you want to get to. Seeing as you cannot be damaged while going through here is also significantly faster. Moving on to Bangalore, who I originally made and also recommend for anyone starting the game, because she is the most Call of Duty character. When you're being shot at, instead of slowed down, your passive ability starts up, which allows you to run around like a lunatic at a ridiculous pace, and just get out of there as soon as you deem necessary. Which, pretty sure classes as... I never wanted to be in the situation in the first place. Also gets a smoke launcher with 2 charges per which you cannot actually see through, which is kind of a downside, considering that you'd think, I fired the smoke, I wish I could see through it. Does a little bit of damage to enemies if you directly hit them with the smoke as well. I believe it's something along the lines of 10 damage. Let me check quickly. Oh, it doesn't damage dummies, which is a complete design oversight, but it does actually damage people if you directly smack them in the face with a smoke charge in the actual game. You also get a airstrike like Gibraltar, but it is different. Allow me to charge up this. I keep asking for your permission. I have no idea why. I'm just that polite. Alright. Same sort of method as Gibraltar's. You call down the airstrike and then it carpet bombs an area. It's got a much larger radius, but at the same time the damage losses are less. It also explodes in the order down the line. Not as good as Gibraltar's, but Bangalore is genuinely a better character. I can't show you Caustic because I don't have him unlocked. However, he has the ability to throw toxic gas grenades, which will eat your health through your shield, slow you down to a snail's crawl, and eat your health, slows you down to a snail's crawl, and is basically a smoke screen like Bangalore's smoke screen. Also gets a trap which he can deploy, to why he is a support character, which does the same as the grenades, but occurs when you are near the traps. Obviously it's a trap, it's a proximity mine basically, so it's a fucking massive one. If you shoot the trap, it will also expel its toxic gas. However, if you shoot the trap at the base, it will disable the trap. On to Mirage.
Here I come, Mirage to the rescue.
Mirage's passive is when you are knocked down, so the limbo between being dead and alive, you turn invisible and place a decoy. This is a decoy.
Get out there,
holographic decoys, they're great. That is his secondary, and his ultimate is to place down about 10 decoys around him while turning invisible. However, this effect is removed when you shoot. Yes, it does. Great for getting out of tight spots. However, if the spot is too tight, you'll just be killed before you can even finish, because there is a additional charge onto the time it takes to deploy it. I'll show you.
That decoy escape deployed.
You don't turn immediately invisible. You flicker and then the decoys show up. And I swear that time's been nerfed. On to Octane. Octane is amazing. His passive, he restores HP slowly over time. His secondary, he jabs himself in the neck with an unknown green liquid. It totally isn't any other form of drug that you could think of. They want you to think it's adrenaline, because of course everyone's made the joke. And his ultimate is the ability to place down a jump pad. Now, these jump pads are really cool, and I have developed a tactic for using Octane. If you have a Pathfinder on your team, and you have an Octane, and have the Pathfinder send down this grapple. Then send the Octane along the path. Use the ultimate, and then everyone that comes off the zipline is going to jump directly onto that jump pad, sending them miles away. The only way you could make that better is if you also had a Wraith that at the end of where the jump pad landed you, she had a portal that went from, say, here to the edge of the training facility. That's honestly as far as I could demonstrate that. If I could even demonstrate that. I don't think the portal will last long enough. I can't show you Watson, but Watson's really cool. She has a fast resurrect as well, which is why I class her as a healer and not a support. Her ultimate allows her to place down a shield recharging thing that also destroys any grenades that come anywhere near you. It also works against airstrikes like Bangalore and Gibraltar. So she's basically just anti-Bangalore. Trust me on that statement. And she has the ability of deploying these electric fences, which slow. If you pass through and you're an enemy, they slow you down ridiculously, do quite a bit of damage, and blur out your screen to all hell. On to Crypto.
They tried to get rid of me. They failed.
Apparently they failed. Alright, Crypto, his passive is... Crypto and his teammates is... Alright. His passive is basically his surveillance drone is awesome.
Adding an extra pair of eyes.
So, what it can do is it pings the location of enemies, like these training dummies, and everyone on the team can see them. Its ultimate is also the drone can kamikaze itself into a building full of enemies, EMP them, completely destroying all the shields, and anyone standing too close is also going to take a minor amount of damage. And I cannot be asked to show that off. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't play him, but he is a much needed character after the fact that we needed more scout characters. Alright, Bloodhound is the only true scout character. I think Pathfinder's been adapted to one. I swear he was a support character before. And that's literally only because of the inside knowledge passive. The support characters need more support characters, honestly. And we have way too many assault characters. And there is literally one medic in the game. But then again, I also consider Watson a pseudo-medic. I didn't like... Here's the thing, I do not like a lot of these characters' personalities. I like Caustic, but probably not for good reasons. I don't like Lifeline, because she's a bit of a bitch. I don't like Watson, because she's got this whole, oh, I'm such an innocent little girl, who placed down a freaking energy grid over someone and fried their skull to dust. It's like, oh, so how could that have happened? I had no idea. Fight me. I don't like her. She's a bitch. Octane's awesome, Wraith's pretty cool. Bloodhound is apparently non-binary. I'm not judging. But yeah, also, there's another thing you need to keep in mind about all these characters. Large, slow characters like Bloodhound, of course... Oh, I didn't even talk about Revenant. Revenant gets the ability to summon a death totem, which basically prevents you from dying, but also removes... doesn't remove your shield, but also cripples your health if you end up getting shot out of it and respawning back at the totem. He also gets the ability to throw a grenade that prevents you from healing, and he has the ability to climb up walls slightly further than everyone else. Alright, now back to what I was saying about the fact that there's another 3 types of class on top of the actual classes, on top of the characters. Alright, you've got heavy characters, which are pretty slow compared to other characters. They have more health, but honestly, I don't think it balances out. You have medium characters like Bangalore and Mirage, which their health and speed are medium. And you got light characters like Lifeline and Octane, which they have slightly less base health, but you're not going to hit them unless you're true aim. I think Wraith is also a light character. Pretty sure that's it for everything. Let's go on to the weapons. Alright, weapons. We got thermite grenades, we got frag grenades, we got arc stars. Alright, thermite does not work how you would normally expect it to and be a bubble of fire on the ground. It is a flat out line of area denial, and it is a colossal bitch to deal with. The only thing you can do about it is wait for it to finish burning out. You have the Arc Star, which are sticky grenades. They will completely destroy anyone nearby shield and then work like a fragmentation device if in regards to range. And then you've got fragmentation grenades, because you've always got frag grenades. Always got frag grenades. What do? They explode. Who would have imagined that? Alright. For energy weapons been cut down quite a bit because Devotion was moved into being a legendary weapon, and they changed a entire weapon class just for snipers alone. Alright, so this is the Havoc. It is a fully automatic laser rifle. It's kind of great. Let me just equip some things for demonstration purposes. Alright. Obviously you got your scopes, you got your red dot, you got your 2x, you got your circular sight, you got your 1-2x adjustable, you got your 3x, you got your 2 to 4x. With snipers, they have different scopes, which I will show you in a minute. You also have the ability to pick up certain perks for certain weapons. Like with the Havoc, you can get the Select Fire, which allows you to go from fully automatic to a basically plasma sniper, and it's freaking awesome. With the L-Star, this used to be the legendary LMG until everyone realised it was fucking useless. I'm fairly certain it's been buffed a little bit, but it's also been nerfed in a lot of other areas. It doesn't reload, but it does overheat. Now this is an actual dedicated sniper weapon. If you can get an entire volley into someone, they're not living, even if they've got ready. It's just impossible to survive this. However, if you're a light character and you're moving about, this thing has ridiculous speed. Like, look at that. It's just insane. And that's honestly the main reason why it got moved over. Also, no one really had the ability to experiment with it. Alright, moving on to the legendary weapons, the Devotion. This weapon is amazing. Pretty easy to control recoil. The rate of fire increases the longer you fire, and it does damage for days. It's also got a pretty long range as well, considering it's technically an energy LMG. Alright, we have the Mastiff. The Mastiff is a shotgun, but it's an incredibly powerful shotgun that does 108 damage even at this range. Reload is kind of slow, but you've got to balance things out in somewhere. One shot. 3 shots. This thing's ridiculous. There's a reason you'll only ever find these legendary weapons in care packages. If you're daring enough to go to them and think, yeah, I can survive, you're probably not going to survive it. Alright, the Craybar is a great sniper rifle. However, it does have a glaring issue. It's frigging huge, and it slows down anyone holding it. It's the slowest to use weapon, even slower than the Devotion or the L-Star, the other LMGs in the game. However, if you smack something, it's going down. Look at that, headshot does 450 damage. In the body, 145. Like, 2 body shots will be enough to take down anyone. Maybe 3 considering Gold Shield already, though. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Alright, moving on to the snipers. We have the Sentinel, one of the newer weapons added into the game. Oh yeah, talking about attachments. Sniper stocks and regular stocks are different, obviously. Some sniper rifles can't take extended sniper mags, but every weapon type has its own extended, except for shotguns, because, let's face it, it'd probably be broken, not gonna lie. With scopes, we've got the, what is this again? This is the 4 to 10 times scope, but this also is special because it pings, and like, you can see the red outline of the enemies with it. It's not working here because those are training dummies, but whatever. The Sentinel also has this interesting ability where if you have a shield cell, you can charge up your ammunition to basically be anti-armor. If I can find one that actually has armor, there we go. basically removes all armor no matter what level on one shot. I do not believe it does any additional damage beyond that for direct hit though. This weapon is incredible. Onto the charge rifle. The charge rifle is a direct beam of death. It's great. It's also probably, in my opinion, the easiest to handle sniper rifle. Moving on to the longbow. Longbow can also use barrel stabilizers, which, depending on the level, are just going to make recoil trivial. Alright, let's find something to shoot. Nice. The thing about the longbow is it's semi-automatic, unlike the other sniper rifles, which are more delayed and bolty. Although, when I say it's semi-automatic, it's still a heavy weapon, so there's still a delay between shots. This is literally as fast as you can shoot. However, that is why it is technically possible, without scope, to use this like an assault rifle. And if you're at point blank range and take one of these to the face, you're not getting that. He had a purple shield, right? Yeah, he's not getting that. And onto the final sniper rifle, the triple take. The triple take used to be an energy weapon before the sniper ammo type came into play. Still an energy weapon. It's also the only sniper rifle that allows the precision choke hop-up, which instead of having a beam of 3 shots, consolidates all 3 shots into a single shot. Allowing, well, granted I'm aiming at headshots of dummies, if anyone was actually here, they're not going to just stand still for me. Like, the training range has massive friggin' targets and dummies that don't move. It's not great for training, it's better for more analytical purposes, and fighting your friends to the death. While I'm here, I might as well talk about things. You have knockdown shields. Knockdown shields allow you to, when you are downed, as I said with Gibraltar, he's allowed to use his knockdown shield while he's still standing. It's basically when you have that energy shield in front of you as Gibraltar. The higher levels basically allow for more damage it can take until you reach a gold shield, which is special. All of the gold items are very special, because they're basically purple items with special effects. Like, such as the gold knockdown allows you to pick yourself up. The gold backpack allows you to use healing items faster. The gold helmet reduces the recharge time on your tactical and ultimate. Also, the bold Goddy shield. Let's go with that. Items take half as long to use. Wait, what? Ah, right. So the backpack is for revivability. It used to be using items faster. However, it appears to be swapped or something different, as far as I know, with the gold shield. All right. With the, allow me to drop all of these so I can show you them properly. With the white body shield, you get 2 shield points. With the blue body shield, you get 3 shield points. Purple, 4. Gold, you would expect to be 5, but is only the special ability. With the Evo shield, which the game does not want me fucking wearing, apparently, as you deal damage, it upgrades. So here we've got a level 2 Evo, level 3 Evo, which is basically a purple shield, and then I can not run out of ammo. The level 4 Evo, which gives you 5 shield points, making it more powerful than gold, however not having the special ability of gold. Also makes it glow red when it's dropped. With these items, you got shield cells, which regenerate 1 piece of shield armor. You got shield batteries, which is all of your shields. Syringe, which is a quarter of your health. Med kit, which is all of your health, and then a Phoenix kit, which is all of it. And as I showed earlier, the ultimate accelerant, which allows you to generate your ultimate faster. Alright, onto heavy weapons. Might as well. The heavy pistol, the wingman, pretty fast firing. However, you are never going to be able to fire off all those shots like that. Also, there's a purple extended mag on the thing, so it starts off with 5 bullets. You want those to hit, so you fire slowly. So your shots are probably more likely to be like bang, bang, bang. Obviously, still very good weapon. The Spitfire. This is a fantastic LMG. If you can control the recoil, which is a little bit wide, you can easily deal 1,000 damage in a single volley. Remember, the target's going to be jumping about, moving around, and also attempting to kill you, so it's never as easy as it looks in training. The Prowler. The Prowler's actually the best SMG in the game. Not on pickup, though. On pickup, it's a 5-round burst, kind of mess. However, if you pick up the Select Fire hop-up for this weapon, it becomes fully automatic death. It is better than most LMGs and other assault rifles. If you can get this gun and a hop-up for it, it's just going to utterly shred through anything that could ever deal you any trouble. Oh, also, there is a 1x digital threat detector, which, as you see there, he's just red, and then if I look at him, he's glowing red. They cannot hide from you with this. There are only a couple of weapons that can use that. The P2020 is also one, but that P20 gets a lot of available upgrades, and it's still garbage with all of them. Like, even if you found a perfectly gold P20 on the field, it's still going to be absolute rubbish. Also, extended magazines. I don't need to explain them. Onto the Hemlock. Hemlock doesn't get any hop-ups, is a 3-round burst assault rifle, but if you know what you're doing, you can speed through this. The heavy weapons are freaking amazing. They're some of the best weapons in the game. It also has a single fire mode. The Flatline is the fully automatic assault rifle of the heavy weapons. It's, again, a really freaking good weapon. Like, the heavy weapons are always worth picking up if you can get one. However, most of the time you always want to get light ammo because it has the most abundant moving on to the light weapons. Now, something I didn't know for a long time. The Re-45 is fully automatic. I thought it was just a single fire pistol like this. However, there we go again, me saying however and whatever. It has ridiculous fire rate. Stick a purple magazine on that, load it up, and then just pull the trigger, and it's brilliant. It's one of the better weapons in the game. Now talk about this garbage. Semi-automatic, to prove the fact that it will fire exactly as fast as you can fire it, but you're never going to be able to fire it that fast. As said with the wingman earlier, it's going to be more like this. Remembering I've got a extended mag on the friggin' thing. Yeah, it also does fuck all damage. Like 13, 20 on a headshot. Even with the upgrade for it, I still 13, 20 on a headshot. This upgrade is frigging useless. The gun, it's friggin' pathetic. You're never gonna kill anyone with it. If you down someone with it, you get a medal. Actually, you might actually get a medal. Onto the 301. 301 is the assault rifle of light weapons. It's got a decent rate of fire, pretty good range. It's genuinely good all-rounder. Also has the ability to put on the ammo receiver, which allows you to smack a bitch. Ammo receivers. You never find one and a 301 in the same area, though. It's just not going to happen. The R99 is for when you are absolutely done with someone's shit. It's got a monster recoil on it. However, being able to expend 20 bullets in about a second, able to boost that up to 27. If you can handle the recoil, they're not going to be able to handle you. The alternator used to have the, well, it used to have a hop-up. I can't remember what the hop-up was, but it's still a very good weapon. It's got an interesting way of how it fires, because it's technically a double-barrel SMG. Thing is, I tend to find that the thing is an amazing weapon. It's one of the first things you want to pick up, trust me. If the second you drop, you want to pick up one of those. And then you have the G7 Scout was always classed as the worst sniper rifle. Never pick it up. It's garbage. It's only slightly better than the P20. But now it's actually pretty good. It's also got the double tap modification, which allows you to fire 2 rounds instantly, almost perfectly smacking someone in the face with both rounds. However, it massively shoots your frickin' fire rate in the leg. Whereas normally, you'll be able to shoot that. And yes, that is as fast as it shoots. Moving on to the final bunch of weapons we got, and containing my favourite weapon, the Mozambique, no, the Peacekeeper, and shotguns, obviously. Now, you might think the Peacekeeper is a bit slow fire rate, but you can always increase that with a shotgun bolt, which allows you, maybe it's not as obvious as you would think, but it's much better, trust me. Right. The other shotguns are kind of trash, if you ask me. The only one you really want is the Peacekeeper. The EVA 8, yeah, it fires pretty fast, but it really doesn't. It just... This is another example of it looks better in training. Like... And the double tap, I wouldn't actually equip the double tap onto this thing, which is the only other weapon in the game which has. It's just not that great. And then we also have the Mozambique, also known as the Mozambique Performance. Like, honestly, you do not achieve anything greater than this almighty majesty of what's clearly the best gun in the game, with 3 shots and almost no friggin'... Look, it's... Okay, it does have range. I can still hit that target from all the way over here. It's... I just would be better off if I shot... Is this thing actually better than I think it is? No, I've got hammer points on it. Yeah. Still better than the P20. I would honestly trade a P20 for this. Problem is, even if it has semi-automatic fire rate, it only has 3 shots that cannot be expanded. The Mozambique's a lot better now than I remember it being, evidently. But in a real fire situation, these weapons... Ugh. Like the EVA 8, garbage. The Mozambique is a panic pickup for those 3 shots that it's inevitably rolling with. The Peacekeeper is... The Peacekeeper wins games, honestly. Always pick up the Peacekeeper. The Peacekeeper is amazing. Friggin' gorgeous weapon. If I want to talk about the pistols, the Re-45 is awesome, the P20 is shit, the R301 isn't great in a combat situation, the R99 is amazing point blank, the second you're at any form of range, medium or long, it becomes worthless. The alternator is good at short and medium range, and I can snipe with it, but I don't recommend it, because it's just not going to end well. It's just going to telegraph your position. And then the G7 Scout, it's a lot better than it used to be. Like, when it was a sniper rifle, it was just unexcusable. The Wingman, Wingman's good, but you have to be good with the Wingman. The Spitfire is another one of those weapons that you really do want to pick up immediately. The Prowler is useless, just completely useless unless you have that hop up. It's literally just stuck in your back pocket until you can pick it up. The Flatline is a pretty good weapon. And the Hemlock is great at the beginning, gets worse as you go along. Surprisingly good in close quarters combat and small buildings. The Sentinel is interchangeable with the Longbow, they're good. The Charge Rifle, it tells the enemy exactly where you are, but the majority of the time they're just not going to be able to do anything about it. And the Triple Take has really lost its stride in recent times. It used to be friggin' marvelous, and now it's just Legendary's a fucking legendary. The Grey Bar is great if you actually have the range and the position to be able to use it effectively. The Mastiff is just going to mince anyone at frickin' short to mid-range. Or maybe not mid-range, but it's going to at least smack him at mid-range. And the Devotion is just a god weapon. Look at that. Friggin' unparalleled. Bet you I could get the majority of shots into one of those targets. You saw the damage done to one target. It's enough to kill someone at mid-tier loot. And then the Havoc, I like the Havoc, but the recoil on it does kill it. It's going to mince most people. The L-Star is a medium range weapon, believe it or not. And no one would believe that, but at close range, you're just going to get minced because they're going to have a shotgun or something. At long range, the recoil is too severe to be able to do anything with it. Even if you justify firing roughly that much, you've missed so many shots, and at that range, they're going to kill you with literally anything else. But yeah, that's everything I can possibly say about the weapons, equipment, and characters. Let me try and find a game for me to showcase, and then that should be the end of this episode. It's more of an analysis of the game more than it is a first impressions. But considering what I was trying to do completely fell flat, at least this way, even if I die in the first 5 seconds of dropping into the match, not ranked, just go straight into trios. Even if I die in like 5 seconds into touching the ground, I'll have at least had enough to say about everything in the game. And now to put on some definitely copyrighted music to get completely demonetized. I love everything. Let me hit my main talking points, seeing as I'm waiting for loading screens. Alright, so, okay. Definitely spoken about that. The music is... allow me to... well, I can't talk about the music. The music doesn't show up in the game, it's all menus, basically. It's okay. It's passable. The graphics, they're really good. I like the graphics. Not as good as Ace Combat or Cyberpunk's going to be when that comes out, but obviously not. Remembering this game was made on a severe budget and was also, if you know EA's track record, a last chance for the studio. If this flops, we wouldn't have the Titanfall studio anymore. And of course I'm going into triples with 2 people. And he's running Octane, which means he's going to fuck off. The gameplay's really fun, trust me. If you played Battle Royale before, you probably enjoyed it. But if you've played this, you've definitely enjoyed it. Unless on your first game you dropped in, got instantly ganked, played 5 more games, got instantly ganked on those additional 5 games, and said this game's garbage and randos are a waste of time. Uninstall, heresy. I can see if you had a bad experience with this game, you're not going to like it. First impressions are everything. And I'm actually hoping that this isn't someone's first impressions of everything I have to say about it.
Enough lying around, we drop him.
Yeah, the gunplay is actually really solid. Train actually has some pretty good loot on it. There are two maps in rotation: King's Canyon, which is the original map that the game launched with, and this map, which I've got the name. Oh no, he fucked off to another location. Nice.
Enemy real close. About time we got into the fight.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention the R301 has a select fire, which allows you to go on to single fire.
Attention.
I can see why you would at really long ranges, assuming you're lacking a sniper
First
rifle.
blood. Good thing it's not us.
But, you know.
Hey, mira, got some enemies right
Yeah,
here.
there's enemies there. I had no fucking clue, mate. Thank you for informing me of this critical information. I would have almost certainly fallen to their fucking ill will, assuming you had never given me the clarification of the location of the enemies. This is not going to end well. I can tell you that for certainty. My life is forfeit up those stats. At least I've got a shield. R99. The reason I said meta the R99 is because I can't guarantee the engagement ranges I'm going to be at. That's why I'd rather have the 301 and the alternator. They're definitely going to work out better for me in the long run.
Let's explore this
Mira,
way.
light ammo here.
Oh good, this guy's actually good at the game. He's actually trying to help me out a bit.
Thank you.
No problemo.
Especially considering this area is pretty hot and we've given them a chance to actually loot up, seeing as they pushed out and we didn't want to chase them off. In case a third squad comes in. That is the biggest nightmare you can come across in this game. A third squad swooping in to mop up. Because they're going to have full health, you don't know what gear they're going to have, and they're just going to steamroll you. Unless they're all running double P2020s, and then you just have to ask if they're okay, and if they need a hug.
We could check out here.
One of the key things you want to do is, in any situation, you want to be able to loot quickly. Swap out the alternator for this.
Enemy killed.
Doorway.
60 seconds.
Always got to keep your eyes open. See.
Heads up, we're not
I know
alone.
we're not alone. There's someone
45
right
seconds
there.
and it's far. I mean, I'm still going. Got trouble here.
Okay.
Bad guys, let's do this.
Enemy down. Reloaded.
Bad guys, let's do this.
Oh! Ah. Well, that's actually surprisingly better than most average games. You also get the option of seeing your death recap, seeing who killed you, how much you did to them. Oh yeah, those shots were from very early. But yeah, this is definitely the correct point to be closing off, and also that is why I've had to take 4 takes to try and record this, and taken this very long-winded path to describing everything. Very fun, very exhilarating. If you get into the last 3, which I can usually, like today I'm just doing terribly. I was playing this before I started recording. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's free, you don't have to buy loot boxes, you don't have to buy the battle pass, it's like, you vote with your wallet sort of thing, that's all I can say on that. But yeah, it's one of my preferred games. It got me out of a funk recently, so, you know, I've got to give it props for that. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Basic Impressions. I've been your host, Joe, and I do hope to see you next time. Please watch our other content, and don't forget to subscribe to seesbrain, where you will be able to find all manner of wonderful things. This is actually side content, and our main stuff is commentaries, but we're still setting out the channel properly and getting things fully recorded. We don't want to start uploading a commentary of a game where we only have 3 parts recorded and having them 3 months break between trying to do it again and only having our fans scream at us saying, "Oh my god," it's like, it's not something anyone wants to deal with. Yeah, this content more reliable, not gonna lie. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.